Did you know that after age 50, adults lose 1 to 2% of their muscle mass each year unless they actively work against it? This phenomenon is known as sarcopenia, has been mentioned in several studies in journals like the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Aging Research Reviews. But here's what they don't tell you. Regaining strength doesn't require heavy weights or intense workouts. Often, simple bodyweight exercises done consistently can make all the difference. Today's 5 chair exercises focus on the leg muscles most crucial for daily activities. We've selected them specifically because they're safe for joints, easy to learn, and effective at building functional strength. You'll feel the difference in how you move after just a few weeks of regular practice. The silent danger of weak legs. Have you noticed how a stumble that wouldn't have fazed you 20 years ago can now send you grabbing for support? That's weak leg muscles at work. When we lose strength in our thighs and hips, our bodies can't react as quickly to catch our balance. It's not just about pure muscle power. Those weakening muscles also affect our coordination and reaction time. The numbers tell a sobering story. 1 in 4 Americans over 65 falls each year, and falls cause more than 3 million emergency room visits annually. What starts as a minor slip can lead to broken hips, head injuries, or long-term mobility problems. After a bad fall, many seniors never fully regain their independence. The fear of falling again changes how they move through the world. Take Robert, a 68-year-old retiree who enjoyed gardening. One morning he lost his balance reaching for a watering can. The fall fractured his wrist, requiring surgery and months of rehab. During recovery, his leg muscles weakened further from inactivity. Simple tasks like carrying groceries became difficult. What shocked him most wasn't the initial injury. It was how quickly his body lost capability afterward. Research shows muscle loss accelerates after 60, with legs often weakening first. Studies using MRI scans reveal seniors can lose up to 30% of their thigh muscle mass as between ages 60 and 80 if inactive. The fast-twitch muscle fibers that help with balance go fastest. But here's the hopeful part. Even in our 80s and 90s, muscles respond to exercise. Consistent, gentle strengthening can recover much of that lost stability. That's where these chair exercises come in. They target the specific muscles that keep us upright and mobile. Stronger thighs mean easier recovery when you trip. Firm hip muscles help adjust stride on uneven pavement. Developed ankle strength prevents those small foot drags that turn into stumbles. The best part? You don't need perfect balance to start improving it. How can sitting exercises prevent devastating falls? Because every time you strengthen a muscle, you're also training your nervous system. The brain gets better at sensing body position and reacting quickly. Those slight adjustments we make unconsciously throughout the day become sharper. One study found seniors doing seated leg exercises improved their standing balance by 27% in 8 weeks, without ever practicing balance drills. That's why starting today matters more than starting perfectly. Every lift counts toward keeping you steadier on your feet. Let's begin with exercise 1, seated leg lifts. This move focuses on the quadriceps, the large muscles at the front of your thighs. These muscles are crucial for standing up, walking, and climbing stairs, things we often take for granted until they start to feel more difficult. When your quads weaken, you might notice yourself pushing off with your hands, relying on armrests, or hesitating before getting up. Over time, this can shift your posture and put extra strain on your knees and hips, making daily movements less steady and more tiring. To perform a seated leg lift, choose a sturdy chair without wheels. Sit near the front of the seat, keeping your posture tall and shoulders relaxed. Place both feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Slowly extend one leg straight out in front of you, flexing your foot so your toes point toward your head. Hold the leg up for 2 or 3 seconds. You should feel your thigh working, then lower it back down with control. Repeat 10 times on one leg, then switch to the other. According to the Cleveland Clinic and NHS, even lifting your leg just as far as feels comfortable still helps strengthen your hips and thighs. There's no need to force a full extension if your joints or muscles feel tight. The benefits of this simple move are backed by research. Strong quadriceps are directly linked to independence at home. People with better thigh strength find it easier to get up from chairs, step out of cars, and manage stairs without help. Regularly practicing seated leg lifts helps train the exact muscles you use every time you stand, making that motion smoother and more automatic over time. The NHS also recommends this exercise, sometimes called hip marching, for improving both strength and stability. If you feel knee pain or discomfort, try lifting only as far as comfortable or place a small pillow under your knee for support. Keeping the movement small and controlled is still effective. WebMD suggests pointing your toes upward during the lift to reduce joint stress. For those with arthritis, shorter sessions, 5 or 6 reps per leg, spaced throughout the day, can be easier to manage than one long set. As you get stronger, you can make the exercise more challenging by holding the lifted position a bit longer, adding ankle weights, or even wearing shoes for extra resistance. The most important thing is consistency. Doing these lifts most days, even in short bursts, leads to better results than occasional long sessions. Building strong quadriceps lays the groundwork for confident, independent movement. Next, we'll focus on another group of muscles that play a key role every time you rise from a chair or steady yourself after a stumble. Here's exercise 2, chair squats. Many people notice that standing up from a chair can sometimes feel harder than it used to. This is often due to weaker glute muscles, which play a big part in stabilizing your hips and pelvis. Chair squats are a practical way to rebuild that strength, using a movement you do every day. Start with a sturdy chair, one without wheels, and if you like, place it against a wall for extra stability. Sit toward the front edge, feet flat on the floor and about shoulder width apart. Lean forward slightly from your hips, keeping your back straight. Press through your heels as you stand up slowly. If you need a little help, use your hands for light support on the armrests. Once you're standing, pause for a moment, then lower yourself back down with control. Avoid dropping quickly into the seat. That slow lowering works your muscles even more. If standing up fully is too much at first, try a shallower movement. Just stand halfway before sitting back down. This builds strength gradually. You can also use a higher chair or add a cushion to make the move less challenging until your muscles adapt. Begin with a shallow squat and light hand support until your hip and knee muscles grow stronger, as suggested by the Cleveland Clinic. The key is to practice regularly, even if you only do a few repetitions at a time. You can also try mini squats for additional support. Stand behind the chair and hold the backrest lightly. Bend your knees just a little, keeping your back and head straight. Only go as far as feels comfortable. Small bends still strengthen the muscles around your hips and knees. Over time, you'll find these movements help with walking, sitting, and standing. Chair squats are recommended by Harvard and many physical therapists because they mimic real-life motions and help improve mobility. Consistent practice reduces fall risk by making it easier to stand up, adjust your position, and react if you lose balance. As you get stronger, try standing without using your hands, or extend your arms forward for extra balance. Pausing halfway up or adding light hand weights can also make the exercise more challenging once you feel ready. Progress may come in small steps, but every repetition helps. Stronger glutes and thighs mean less strain on your knees and more confidence in daily activities. You might notice that getting up from low seats or out of cars starts to feel easier, and you're less likely to hesitate before standing. Building this kind of strength is important, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. There's another area that often gets overlooked, yet it's just as vital for staying steady on your feet, especially when surfaces aren't perfectly flat. Exercise 3. Ankle circles. Ankle circles offers a simple yet important way to support your balance and mobility. As we get older, our ankles can lose flexibility, making it harder to adjust our footing on different surfaces. This stiffness can increase the risk of tripping or feeling unsteady, especially when stepping onto curbs, over rugs, or across uneven ground. Ankle circles are a gentle and accessible exercise that helps keep your ankles moving smoothly. To get started, sit comfortably in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. Lift one foot slightly so it's just above the ground. Point your toes up toward your body, then slowly point them down away from you, repeating this motion 5 times. Next, rotate your ankle in slow, gentle circles, clockwise for 5 rotations, then counterclockwise for 5 more. Keep the movement controlled and about the size of a golf ball at first. This routine, recommended by the NHS, helps maintain ankle flexibility and also supports healthy blood flow in your lower legs, which is especially helpful for those who spend a lot of time sitting. If you feel confident and want to challenge your range of motion a bit more, place your foot on a low step or sturdy box while seated. This elevated position allows your ankle to move through a deeper circle, helping to improve joint mobility safely. Remember, it's best to keep movement slow and comfortable, and never force your ankle to rotate beyond what feels right. Ankle circles are especially valuable because they strengthen the small muscles around your ankle. These muscles play a key role in your ability to recover from a stumble and maintain balance on uneven ground. Better ankle mobility is linked to fewer trips and stumbles, making daily activities like walking, climbing stairs, or getting up from a chair feel more secure. The exercise also encourages healthy circulation, which is important for anyone with diabetes or concerns about blood flow in their legs. For those who use a cane or walker, ankle circles can be done while seated during a break. Hold your mobility aid for balance if needed, and focus on moving one foot at a time. The NHS includes this exercise in its recommendations for people with limited mobility, as it remains effective and safe for a wide range of abilities. Practicing ankle circles regularly makes a noticeable difference. You may find your steps feel steadier, your toes catch less often, and your confidence grows as you move about your day. Even the simple act of rising from a chair can become easier as your ankles regain their natural flexibility. As you continue building strength and mobility in your lower body, it's helpful to focus on the muscles that support your knees, especially if you've noticed any discomfort or weakness there recently. Exercise 4, knee extensions. Knee extensions focus on building strength in the muscles that help keep your knees steady and comfortable during daily activities. This movement is especially useful for anyone who wants extra support for their knees, whether you feel occasional aches or just want to move with more confidence. Strengthening the quadriceps, the large muscles on the front of your thighs, can make a big difference in how your knees feel and function. To get started, sit near the front edge of a sturdy chair with your back straight and shoulders relaxed. Place your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Slowly extend one leg out in front of you until it's as straight as you can comfortably manage, keeping your toes pointed up toward the ceiling. Hold this position for about 3 to 5 seconds, feeling the muscles along your thigh working. Then lower your foot back to the floor with control. Switch to the other leg and repeat. The NHS suggests starting with 2 sets of 5 repetitions per leg, which is a manageable number for most people and gentle on the joints. If you feel comfortable, you can gradually increase your repetitions as you get stronger. Keeping your toes pointed upward during the lift, as recommended by the Cleveland Clinic, helps engage the inner thigh muscles that support the knee. This small adjustment encourages better muscle balance around the joint. Moving slowly and with control is key. There's no need to rush or force your leg higher than feels right for you. Over time, these slow, steady movements help your muscles learn to support your knee through its full range of motion. Weak thigh muscles can make the knees less stable and more prone to discomfort. When the quadriceps are strong, they help hold the knee joint in proper alignment and take some of the pressure off the joint itself. This can mean less strain, better mobility, and greater ease with walking or standing up from a chair. Many people notice that as their thigh muscles get stronger, everyday activities become more comfortable and they feel more secure on their feet. If you'd like to make the exercise a bit more challenging, try holding the extended position for a few extra seconds, or add a light ankle weight. Just a pound or two is enough to start. You can also use a resistance band looped around your ankles for added resistance. The NHS recommends making small, gradual increases to avoid overworking your joints. Regular knee extensions can help you maintain the strength and control needed for steady, comfortable movement. As you build up these muscles, you'll likely notice that walking, standing, and even climbing stairs feel a bit easier. And when you're ready to keep that momentum going, there's another simple exercise that helps you move with even more freedom and confidence. Exercise 5 is called seated marching. And it's a straightforward way to build strength and flexibility in your hips and thighs while also giving your heart a gentle workout. This exercise is especially helpful if you want to make everyday movements like climbing stairs or getting up from a chair feel easier and more natural. To get started, sit near the front edge of a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the floor. Hold on to the sides of the chair for balance. Keeping your posture upright but relaxed, slowly lift one knee as high as is comfortable, then lower your foot back to the floor with control. Alternate legs, lifting each knee in turn as if you are marching in place. Aim for 5 lifts per leg, as recommended by the NHS, and build up gradually if you feel comfortable. There's no need to rush or lift your knees very high. Just move within a range that feels right for you. This simple movement targets your hip flexors, which are the muscles that help you lift your legs when you walk or step over objects. When these muscles get weak, you might notice your steps becoming shorter or feel more tired after walking. Seated marching helps retrain those muscles, making your stride feel stronger and more secure. It also improves circulation throughout your legs, which can help you feel more energized and keep your joints moving smoothly. If you'd like to make this exercise a bit more challenging, you can pause at the top of each march for a breath or two before lowering your foot. As you get stronger, consider adding light ankle weights. Just a pound or so is enough to start. You can also gently swing your arms as you march to engage more muscles and add a bit of coordination practice. The key is to keep your movements smooth and controlled, focusing on lifting your knees as high as feels comfortable and lowering them with intention. Pay attention to how your feet clear the floor as you march. If you notice your toes catching or your steps feeling less steady, it's a good sign to keep practicing this exercise. The Cleveland Clinic notes that seated marching is especially useful for improving walking ability and building the muscle memory needed for safe, confident movement. Try fitting in a few rounds of seated marching throughout your day, during a TV break or before a meal. Even small, regular sessions can help you build stamina and make walking feel less tiring. Consistency is more important than intensity, so go at your own pace and celebrate small improvements. Now that you've learned all 5 exercises, let's look at how to bring them together into one simple routine that fits easily into your day and delivers real results. It's helpful to have a routine that you can rely on, and these 5 exercises fit together easily. You can move through each one in order, starting with seated leg lifts to warm up your thighs, then chair squats to work your hips and glutes. Next, try ankle circles to keep your ankles flexible, followed by knee extensions for knee support, and finish with seated marching to get your legs moving and your heart rate up. Doing each exercise for about 30 seconds or aiming for 5-10 repetitions per side creates a routine that takes just a few minutes. As you get used to the movements, You can slowly add more repetitions or hold each position a bit longer. The NHS recommends performing chair exercises at least twice a week. If you're already active, adding these moves a few days a week can further boost your mobility and balance. The key is to start with what feels manageable and gradually build up. You don't have to do all the exercises every day. Consistency over time is what brings results. Some people find it easier to split the routine into 2 short sessions, doing a few exercises in the morning and the rest in the afternoon. What matters most is making it a regular part of your week. You might be surprised by how quickly you notice changes. Within a week or two, many people feel muscles working in new ways. After a few more weeks, standing up from a chair and walking across the room may start to feel easier. Over time, these small improvements add up to better balance and more confidence in your movements. To keep yourself motivated, try marking a calendar each day you complete the routine or jot down a small note about what felt easier. Noticing when you use less arm support or feel steadier on your feet can be encouraging. If an exercise feels tough, stick with your current level for a while before increasing repetitions. Pairing this routine with a short daily walk can also make a big difference. Even 10 minutes around your home or down the block helps support your progress and keeps your joints moving. Adjust the exercises to match how you feel each day. Some days you might do more, others a little less. The most important thing is to keep showing up. Even small, steady efforts can lead to real improvements in strength, balance, and overall comfort during everyday activities. These changes don't just happen in theory, they're visible in the lives of people who commit to these routines. In the next section, you'll hear about someone who started out unsure but discovered just how much difference a simple chair exercise routine could make. Now let's hear some success stories. Stories like Martha's show just how much can change with a simple shift in routine. At 72, Martha found herself relying on both hands to push out of chairs and feeling uneasy on uneven sidewalks. She'd stopped joining her grandkids at the park, and her doctor made it clear that without some kind of strength training, her mobility would likely continue to decline. That's when Martha decided to try chair exercises. She started small, just 5 minutes a day of seated leg lifts while watching her morning shows. Within 2 weeks, Martha noticed she could get up from the sofa with less effort. That small win gave her the confidence to try the full routine over time. After about 6 weeks, she managed to walk an entire block without stopping, something she hadn't done in years. Now she's back to visiting the playground with her grandson, enjoying outings she once thought were behind her. Physical therapist Toby Jevnikar from the Cleveland Clinic explains, chair exercises help build the exact strength seniors need for daily activities. It's not about getting ripped. It's about maintaining the ability to get up from toilets or step over curbs. That focus on practical everyday strength made a real difference for Martha. Harvard Health also notes that routines like these can restore daily activities for many people within just a few weeks. Martha adjusted the exercises to fit her arthritis. For knee extensions, she placed a pillow under her knees to reduce pressure and make the movement more comfortable. Her physical therapist encouraged her to work within her comfort zone, reminding her that gentle, consistent activity is more helpful than pushing through pain. This approach allowed Martha to keep progressing safely, even on days when her joints felt stiff. A big part of Martha's progress came from changing how she saw movement. Where she once worried that activity might make her arthritis worse, she learned that gentle exercise can actually ease joint stiffness. Her chair routine became a regular part of her mornings, right alongside her coffee and favorite shows. On tough days, she simply did one set instead of skipping exercise altogether. That steady effort helped her build the strength to walk through the grocery store without needing to lean on a cart. Martha's favorite changes aren't measured in numbers or repetitions. They show up in everyday life, carrying groceries from the car to the kitchen without stopping, answering the door without worrying about losing her balance, and moving through her day with more confidence. Her advice for others is simple. Start where you are. My first marches, they were barely lifted my feet, but now I can do them with soup cans for extra weight. These stories remind us that you don't need dramatic changes or perfect routines to see real benefits. Even small, steady steps can add up to a big difference in your daily comfort and independence. If you're thinking about trying these exercises, remember that gentle, regular practice can help you keep moving strong, no matter where you start. Your legs play a big role in your daily routine, from standing up to walking around your home. Chair exercises offer a safe and effective way to build strength, flexibility, and balance, all from the comfort of your living room. Studies in our background research confirm that consistent seated exercises help reduce fall risk and keep you independent, especially if you have mobility or balance concerns. If you're ready to get started, try one of the exercises today. Maybe seated leg lifts or ankle circles, and commit to just 5 minutes. Notice how your body feels afterward. Share your experience or questions in the comments below so others can learn from you. Small, steady steps can bring more confidence and freedom to your daily life. Thank you all for joining us today on the Beloved Seniors Community. We're so glad to be part of your journey to staying strong and active. Keep moving at your own pace, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Take care and have a wonderful day.